Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. I'm about to go to bed, but I feel like if I don't get this out of my system, I'm going to forget. So, please forgive me for being late because Monday, when the show actually aired, I was somewhere else. Don't ask Manuel your mother, God. But anyway, we are here for the Family Chantel season de trois. Unannounced and uninvited. Well, there's a lot of announced and uninvited that's going on. Anyway, before you start to continue to watch my video, please like, share, subscribe, so I can continue to do this. It's my first time doing a review, so bear with me. I promise the second one is going to be a little bit more class than that, but I just came from work and I'm tired. Anyways, so the episode starts, everybody doing all these flashbacks. The family Chantal is beating the family Pedro. The sister is getting her weave snatched out. Many rivers to cross is falling all over. Karen is snatching all over the place. Everybody's arguing with each other. You see Chantel cursing this sister out. I can't stand Nicole. Girl, go ahead, go off. But anyway, they're now where they are right now. Pedro and Chantel are looking beautiful as ever. They're happy where they are. Chantel announces that she's graduating. And Pedro with his page, they're like, yes, finally, after 10 years. Cállate, Pedro, cállate. Because you're part of the reason why it took her 10 years. Pendejo. Anyways. And he goes, I'm very proud of you, Pinky. I'm very proud of you, Pinky. I still feel like that is so cute that he keeps on calling her Pinky. But I used to wonder, why he keeps on calling Chantel Pinky? I was like, you know what? Maybe down there she got a little rosy. Because, pink is rose for Spanish. Quote me, don't quote me. I didn't pass Spanish. But I believe rose is pink in Spanish. Sorry if I'm wrong. Anyways, fast forwarding, you have Karen, Chantel's mom, doing exactly what a Karen does. She's over there looking for her son, not so royal, and his wife. I forgot what his wife's name is. Please forgive me. I'm tired. Argentina. Anyway, the gangster Filipina girl, aka your family. So they separate themselves from Chantel and everybody else because they basically messed their wedding. They came in, as a family, and they left separate. And Filipina gangster, she said, I'm going to listen to my husband and just stay away from their family because they're crazy, which they are. So Karen is being exactly what this title is, being unannounced, uninvited, calling unroyal, trying to go straight to voicemail. She gets upset and she basically takes, I don't know if it's an Uber or the show is providing a ride, which I don't blame. TLC is providing a ride to Royal and Filipina gangster's house. So she approaches, she's ringing the doorbell, she's calling their name. Royal Filipina gangster, Royal Filipino gangster, Royal Filipino gangster, ding, 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 ding. And then Royal reluctantly finally answers the phone. He's like, hello? Sound like he just woke up. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to. And then Karen gets a small sense. And she says, take my mic off. Take my mic off. I want to speak to my son, but I want the mic off. Once the mic is back on, she basically explains that Unroyal and Filipino gangster need time for themselves because what happened in the Philippines was too much, and they apologized, which I don't understand. I mean, she has no reason to apologize. She didn't do nothing wrong. Royal, I feel like you're being shady, and you got found out, so you decided to turn your family. Anyway, enough with that. So then we see a scene with Karen and Chantel going to the store, prepare for graduation. She's all excited or whatever, but Chantel's feeling some type of way because she finally gets her bachelor's only because of COVID. She can't do a regular walk across the stage. She has to do a drive-through parade thing. And the mother, she's trying to be more uplifting. She said, we're going to make sure that car looks fabulous, which is sweet. And then they start talking about unrolling their situation. I don't know why. I was like, listen, don't put a damper to their situation, okay? Anyways, we switch over to Dominicano. And we're talking about Miss Madame Braceface, Nicole, Pedro's sister. And we go back through how she relates Alejandro, you know, the white Dominican, because he's definitely white. And the mother warned her over and over again not to go to New York because, you know, the pandemic was hitting and she wasn't able to come back anytime soon. And of course, Nicole, don't be listening to nobody, goes, spends time with her married man, playing wifey with somebody else's husband, and gets stuck there for 3 months. She eventually comes back and she's relieved. And then they show a flashback of how from the beginning, how the mama never approved from the iguana looking tear jeans boyfriend, that is Alejandro. Which I do agree. I'm like, if you're trying to put your best foot forward, especially when you're trying to give her cheap perfume and stuff, the last thing you want to do is look like an iguana with tear jeans. Just saying. Anyways. But they're trying to make it work or whatever. And I'm like, ugh, why are we here? Anyways. Back to the scene with, because I'm kind of switching, I'm tired. Back to the scene where Pedro is psyched that he finally got his driver's license. And he made himself disappear and got himself a car named Betsy. And then Chantel's like, how come you didn't know Pinky? I was like, well, Pinky, Betsy, I like Bessie. And I'm like, come on, Chantel, your name is Pinky. Don't confuse Pedro. You know English is his second language. Don't have him more confused than he already is. Please, just let him have this one. So Pedro was like, okay, Betsy, it's time to make you nice and shiny and pretty. And Chantel is trying to fix the hose. It's a little leaky. And she screams, what are you yelling, Pinky? I rolled over your computer. The look on Pedro's face was priceless. He like, not my computer. That's how I make my side hustle. She says, I'm just playing. Then they both eventually start washing the car. Running in the car wash. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And let me say that my good sis Chantel, girl, you're giving them tetas for life. You're giving them that cute, small waist, but it's soft. I can tell that your waist is soft. It's not like it's hard. It's like soft, but it's flat. You have that 90s abs, and I love it. Well, you are a 90s baby. At least I think you are. 90s. You're either early 90s or late 80s. I don't know if you're older than me. I'm 1990, just letting you know. Anyway, you would look like a bad B, period. Anyway, and then there was a scene where Pedro tricked you and then used the towel to slap your butt. And you're like, stop that. I was like, girl, you know you like that. And once y'all done doing that, you better wash him up after you finish washing his car up, period. Next scene. We're back in the DR, and we just hear Nicole basically hating on Chantel because the mother was like, you and Pedro are crazy. Y'all don't know how to pick up. She said, no. My situation is not like that miserable wife that is Chantel. My situation's different. I was like, you're right. First of all, not with you getting on Chantel. Listen, I'm getting tired of you getting on Chantel as if Chantel has done anything to you personally. Chantel has been nice to you until you called her the B word. And then it was off and popping from there. You remember that? You started with her. She was trying to be nice and you started with her. And it's been, y'all been bumping heads ever since. And every time she tries to be nice, it's like you want to be evil. Divorce, because you a hateful chick with braces. Okay? Nobody cares if you were able to graduate from college after 4 years. Girl, the fact that you're messing with a married man just lets you know that you have no brain and your education was a waste. Anyways, I'm digressing. So she goes on and talking about Alejandro, and how she wants, and how she wants tetas because, she was giving A2 boobies instead of double D's or whatever she was trying to look for. So she goes and hollers at her friend, the mojito baptism, Gamara, whatever her name is. Chick with the mustache that was trying to come from Chantel, and then Chantel said, I baptize you in the name of the mojito Jesus name. Amen. Don't dance on my man again, ho. Anyways. So she finally meets up with mojito baptism. And they're on their way to get a consultation because Nicole and her braces really want boobies. So she's talking about how Alejandro kind of disapproves or whatever. And, mojito baptism was basically, yo, calm down. You got to stay focused. They get to the consultation to get her boobs done. They try and do different sizes or whatever. And, Nicole and her braces are enjoying this. She's liking what she could possibly get. So here comes mojito baptism in the confessional talking about, yeah, she really needs those. I mean, I don't need those because I was blessed, but Nicole, she really needs it. And I'm just zooming into mojito's baptism's boobs. I'm like, girl, you like a B cup, for real. I don't know if it's the shirt, but you're giving a B cup while she's an A cup. Girl, you need it too. Go get some tetas while you're at it. Anyways, so here comes the surgery doctor talking about, it's not going to take long at all. It's not going to take all day. I'm going to give it to you, and it's going to be painless. I have never had any cosmetic surgery before. I have had surgery before, and not cosmetic, but I have had surgery on my foot. I had procedures done, and I promise you, probably was not in the first couple of hours or so, but eventually once your body starts to relax and realize some type of trauma has happened, unless you have your meds on standby, you's gonna feel it. I never heard anybody who got surgery, even if it's something as simple as a boob job, talk about, oh, I felt nothing. I was like, honey, the drugs will never be that strong enough for it to last until you're going to eventually, sorry, stupid phone calls. You're going to eventually feel it. Anyways, so she's all excited, being gullible or whatever. I was like, this girl is real stupid. Are you sure she graduated and got her degree in the Dominican Republic? Because, honey, return to sender. Anyway, enough with Nicole and her braces trying to get tetas. Anyways, so we're back to Chantel, and they're getting ready for the graduation. Karen gets creative and puts a mask on Chantel's car, who she respectfully names it Pepe. I think that's sexy. Anyway, everybody's all excited. The father's excited. Pedro's excited. Karen's excited. And then we do a confessional with many rivers to cross and Old Woman Winter. Here comes Many Rivers to Cross, talking about Chantel is the first out of everybody to graduate in 12 years. She's gonna get so mad. I'm like, boy, before your own name drowns you, you better stop it, okay? And then he continues on. Well, I guess you can never call her a DAB anymore. And then it shows a scene with Chantel wondering why Winter is walking away so mad. Because she's like, because you're a DA! I'm like, girl. But all jokes aside, and besides all the situations they've been through, Old Woman Winter is definitely happy that Chantel finally got what she worked hard for, and she is finally graduating in spite of how long it took. So the parade starts. They call her name, Chantel. I forgot what her last name is. And then they put a ribbon or a sash over her. She had a cute little tiara. Her parents are doing cheerleader or whatever. And then eventually they drive back home. So Pedro's all excited. He's like, oh my gosh, Pinky's going to be the sexiest nurse ever. I can't wait, can't wait. And the confessional, and then, my boo, Chantel, she said, anybody needs a nurse? Anybody needs a nurse? Who is hot? I'm like, that's right, girl. Let them know who you're going to be 24/7 and for Halloween. Anyways, so Chantel is, Pedro is basically giving her all the praise, letting her know how excited he is, that she finally got her bachelor's degree or whatever the case may be. I'm like, does she have a license? You can graduate, but do you have her license? Are you an official RN? Because you can graduate all you want. If you're not an RN, you ain't making shh. Anyways, so he asks her how much money you're going to make. Is it going to be like 75 and all that? So Chantel's like, I'm on entry level, which is true. So he says, so what are we talking about? 65, 60, and then Chantel's like 40, 50,000 a year time. He said, I got my man. You know how you amigos be doing it. I'm sorry, Pedro. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of the Latino community, but when y'all be saying, come on, man, I be dying. Anyways, so Pedro is slightly disappointed that she's not going to make as much money, but then again, she's a beginner. That's actually not that bad when you are a beginner. And it's just you two and that black pussy cat. So be glad. So once she gets her money, right? And then once you find a career and get out of that warehouse, y'all should be set. Because I agree with her entirely when she says the plan was, after I graduate and I get my career started, you get your career started after going to school, and then we both could be making 6 figures together. You talking about you want a house, you want to start a family, and y'all are young, y'all like in your late 20s, early 30s, give or take. Y'all are both beautiful people. Well, y'all at the bottom, so y'all need to climb your way to the top. Right now, you don't have the means to be bringing any baby into the future with no money. I mean, the warehouse can only do so much. Okay, $22 an hour is not bad, but like Karen says, it's just a job. If you're looking for what you think you're looking for, the warehouse can only do so much, boo. Anyways, fast forwarding, they get ready to go to the graduation. So I want to fast forward so bad. I feel like I'm missing something. Are we back with Nicole and them? No, we don't care about it. I think I spoke about it. Anyway, fast forward to the evening of her graduation. Pedro's driving. Good boy. And Chantel's like, ooh, I like the decorations. It looks so exciting. And it was actually kind of nice. So they get there. Everybody's outside because, it's got to be quarantine friendly. And she was asking, is Winter coming? And they're like, yeah, I believe she's coming. And then she said, is her man, Ja, I was about to call him Raw, coming? They said, maybe, maybe. Then we're at the scene with Ja driving and River holding his hand. Did I say River? Winter, Lord Jesus. Woo-woo. And then they pull up. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that Winter is actually holding hands with Ja. I'm like, I mean, their boyfriend and girlfriend, they've been together for 7 years. Not even a random baby who he owes child support was going to break them up. Like, leave them alone. So they sit, they get comfortable, and they was like, listen, in order to get along, they have to, make sure everybody is good, which is true, or whatever. So it's an awkward moment. You see many rivers to cross, and it cut sipping. Excuse me, because it's awkward as a mug. You see Chantel's like, how are y'all guys? How are y'all doing? You know dang well, Chantel, you do not care. Ooh, excuse me, I think I finally got it out. Knowing that, well, she don't care either. So it's just an awkward moment, and then Ja got this big old Judah hat on his head, and I'm just looking at it, I'm like, what you doing with my son's middle name on your head, sir? Are you a Judean now? Is that what's going on? You a Judean now? But anyways, so it ends on them basically asking, is he doing better with, Winter or whatever? But that's basically my opinion. I mean, like, y'all ain't talking about nothing. Y'all just over here trying to stir a pot with people who are already content in their lives. But I'm going to go ahead and end it with how the season is going to be. Them basically being on Ja's case with his situation going on. His new religion, I wonder what it is. Is he turning into... Because talking about shrimp, I'm like, is he turning into a Seventh-day Adventist? Is he turning into a black Hebrew, Jewish, a Judean? Like, what is it? Because you was talking about something about shrimp. And talking about don't be no bottom feeder. And they got insulted. I'm like, I ain't no bottom feeder. I ain't no bottom feeder. Well, honey, where do you find shrimp and all them other shellfish? At the bottom. Shh. Don't tell nobody. But yeah, honey, you do find a lot of shellfish at the bottom. You find shrimp at the bottom. You find all those type of crabs at the bottom. You find lobsters at the bottom. You find, what them Louisianians be eating? Crawfish at the bottom. The bottom, the bottom, the bottom. So you are bottom feeders, like Ja said. And then another preview of basically Alejandro and Pedro getting at it. And I guess Alejandro want to get disrespectful and start talking about Pedro and Braceface Nicole's mama or whatever. And Pedro ain't never scared. Pedro stepped to River. So he was definitely going to step to Alejandro. And I got bibs on Pedro. Pedro from the country. Y'all saw how he was raised when he went back to the village visiting his grandmother. I hope she's okay. But he letting Alejandro know he ain't the one. And I'm assuming he whooped that hiney as he should. Afro-Latino beat that Caucasian Latino. Anyways. And Braceface Nicole and her new boobs was not having it. So she decided to plot a revenge against her own brother. It'd be your own brother. So there's a scene in the previews, Nicole be like, hi, itches. Hi, hello. I want to say, Pedro slept with Majito Baptism. Ciao! And then starts throwing stuff. And then Karen, respectfully, starts acting like she's Miss New York and says, "You missed! You missed! And you missed!" I was like, girl, you just got your boobs done. I don't know if Chantel could fight, but Miss Karen has already dragged you and took all your tracks out. Do you want Miss Karen to do that to you again? But shout out to Pedro for putting Nicole, her braces, and her new set of boobs in place outside, trying to calm her down like she lost her mind. I do not believe not one bit that Pedro was so mad at that particular season with Chantel that he would go from a naturally curvy girl who got a lot going on and is eventually chasing a career for some little suburban chica who is for the streets that got doused and baptized in mojito. Did he give a lap dance? All right, whatever. But far as smashing, I don't think Pedro is that stupido. Nicole, you are a hater. I feel like I agree with other people that you trying to be like Chantel and you don't want to admit it because you stuck trying to play wife to somebody else's husband. Instead of keep coming for Chantel, check on your braces. Make sure your new boobs are okay. Make sure you didn't break that promise ring because that's probably the only ring you'll get from Alejandro. And as far as his divorce, listen. Not saying that divorce takes forever and a day, but that does not mean he's going to get divorced anytime soon. I'm sure he's trying to hold on to that green card as long as possible. That man ain't trying to bring you to the States in New York with him. Especially when you barely speak English. At least his English is okay. At least Pedro's English is okay. Girl, you barely speak English unless you trying to cut style with the family Chantal. But anyways, I'll be more on time for the next episode. This was season 3, episode 1, Unannounced and Uninvited, and I loved it. Y'all let me know how y'all think. Please forgive me with me being in my bed. I just came from work. I was tired of the pain, tired. And I was like, listen, usually I want to be more glammed up than this, but I was like, listen, I am too tired. And I was like, if I don't do this, I'm not going to do it at all. Point blank. And y'all let me know how y'all think. I'm about to go to bed. And see y'all next time for episode 2 of the Family Chantal. Adios. Adios. Adios.